So apparently I've got 7 watching, but nobody's commented. I wonder why nobody comments. Nobody dare comment on mine. Hey, you forever like thinking, oh well, if I comment on here, I can't go on a certain channel and make a comment because I'll be banned. So where are we? Hello, Lisa. Hi, Simon. Just shared. Oh, thank you very much. Don't share me out that much because I'll be bloody knackered. I'll be knackered, won't I? If you keep sharing me all over. So apparently this is the new me, eh? The new me. Just to show you, I'm not racist. I've got black and I've got white. So I'm wearing a black and white just to prove to all the people that once I made a racist comment, but I'm not racist. How's the leg? Well, I've been to the doctors today. I have to go every other day to the doctors. And they change the bandage and they shove something up in my leg because I've got the hole in my leg. So they shove it up. Because I like shoving it up me, I don't know why. But it doesn't have to be a male doctor all the time, does it? Eh? I'd like a female doctor to shove it up me, but not a male one. But my leg's fine. So I've only got you talking to me, Lisa, and if I switch to YouTube, I've got 18 people watching, and you're the only person that is not scared to make a comment, eh? I wonder why that is, eh? I do wonder. Sometimes I do wonder. Hello, Julie. Good evening, Simon. So what am I going to talk about tonight? I was thinking about that poor woman. And then I thought, no, you can't talk about it because, like, there's certain paranormal teams that are jumping on the bandwagon. Hello, Richard. Yeah, there's so many ghost teams jumping on the bandwagon, and it's still like a police investigation, so I can't really talk about it. You know, we don't know what's happened to her, and we really don't know what's happened to her. And I do feel sorry for the poor kids and a boyfriend. And you just don't know, do you? You just don't know what's happened. But it is sick that some teams are doing spirit box sessions and trying to get answers. Are they doing it for views, or are they doing it to try to help? I don't know. Dan is a quite well-known YouTuber. He got criticised, and he says about his criticism, he says, I've been out there looking. What have you done? You know, me, I've done nothing. I've just sat on my backside and just felt sorry. But to me, it's heartbreaking, and I don't want to interfere, which I really don't. You know, and I do feel sorry for the poor kids and the boyfriend and the family. But I'm in Derby, they're in that part of the world. You know, what can I do? But pray. That's all I can do is pray and say, You know, I hope she turns up safe. Whether she does or not, I don't know, but I hope she does. But I think that's right. Leave it for the police. Her family is going through a lot, and it's true. You know, we don't need all these paranormal investigators that just want views and everything else. You know, we don't know what that poor woman was going through. Many people suffer with depression. I've suffered with depression, and if I was in that same situation, I'd just want to be left alone. I wouldn't contact the police, even if all the appeals on the television and what. Well, she wouldn't even watch television. She'd just want to be in her own little world. So I don't know. I just don't know. But it's all we can do is pray that she'll be safe. Pray that these stupid paranormal teams will stop doing what they're doing, because it's definitely wrong. I did read about Lee and Lindsay after Ghost of Britain. They are condemning it, and how they can condemn it, I do not know. And her saying it's absolutely awful when they did Myra Hindley's ashes. You know, they didn't care about their families, did they? Lee and Lindsay, when they did Myra Hindley's ashes with Mark Smith roping in him. You know, they didn't give a damn about the families then, but now she's criticising other ghost teams that are doing it, and she's criticising and saying it's all wrong. How can they do that when they've done it themselves? You know, so that's just me. That's just me. You know, one minute I'll say they're very good at what they do, because they do. They drag the money in, and that's what it's all about. And I think that's what it's all about with all the other teams. They just jump on the bandwagon. Me, I just want to tell the truth, how it is, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And the other big news, Drama Llama, it went live the other day. Slagging. Yes, slagging. He was slagging Eileen off, eh? Oh, poor Eileen. He was slagging her off like no tomorrow. She's a liar. Well, we proved Llama's a liar. So is it like Pocket saying Peckle? I better keep off that bourbon. Better keep off that bit. Is it the pot calling Keckle black? And many a times he's called me foul mouth. And then he's coming out with fucking, you know, only fucking he can do is with his cat. If he had one, I don't even know he has got a cat. Yes, he's still going. He don't make videos very much now. He's like, he uses YouTube like chat, like Facebook. But it started to make it, and he started to sing again. God, put a sock in his gob, for God's sake. Hello there, John. Meant to ring you up today. I really did mean to it, but I fell asleep. I don't know what it is. I think I'm going through a bit of depression. Lovely to see you, Simon. Well, it's lovely to be back. You know, I've got a love and hate with YouTube. I really have. I've got a love and a hate. I love it because I like getting drunk, and I like having a chat when I'm drunk. I hate it because I get too drunk and my mouth runs away with myself. And then I'll say something controversial. Because you can't tell a joke nowadays. You can't do anything nowadays. And I was thinking, years ago, I used to stand at a bus stop and I used to listen to two old ladies or an old bloke and a woman, and they used to say, "Oh, kids today, they don't know what." And then I thought to myself, hang on a minute, if you stand at a bus stop today, you don't see two old ladies or an old bloke and a woman. You nearly get knocked over with a mobility scooter, don't you? Get out of the way! Get out of the way! You don't hear them old people say that anymore. It's the bip of the horn and get out. You have to jump out in the middle of the road and nearly get knocked over by a bloody lorry because of the bloody mobility scooters come whizzing past you. Eh? Has anybody had one of them things nearly hit you? And they bloody hurt. Well, so I'm told anyway. But you don't hear them at the bus stop anymore complaining. You just get knocked over. But we'll have that little bastard there, won't we? We'll have him. We'll aim for him. Full speed, here we go. Because I got the whip, ain't they? Come on, faster, faster, faster. We're going to have him before he jumps out in the middle of the road. Hey? Fucking neighbour. And they're good, because I went on Lindsay's. Oh, did I have a good time on Lindsay? Did I have a ride? Oh my God, I had a ride. It was the best sex I've had on Lindsay's mobility scooter. I was able to drink a couple of more pints when I got to the pub because I wasn't knackered. Eh? My mum run over my toes with hers. I bet that bloody hurt though, didn't it? I bet that hurt. But it just got me thinking, like years ago, we used to stand at the bus stops, like when you were little kids holding your mum's hand, waiting for a bus, and you could hear the old people. And like other times have turned. Now they're fucking trying to kill you, don't they? They try to kill you with the mobility scooters. I know can't be asked. But they're bloody lethal, aren't they? A bit like my drink, really. But I just thought it was funny when I was thinking about it. Because I do lay in bed and I think, like, some funny stuff. But I never write it down. So when it comes to YouTube, I don't talk about it because I forget what I was thinking. But lo and behold, many a comedian's always write on little bits of like envelope. And I wrote it actually down what I was thinking with a pen, and I've left it in my computer and I just took a look at it. I wrote my little script. It didn't come out like what I wrote, because what I wrote was, years ago, you used to get two old women standing at a bus stop, saying to each other, how bad today youth was. Today, if you're standing at a bus stop, you nearly get mowed down. That's what I wrote. So, like, I've done a bit of ad lib. Hi, Simon. I hope you're well. Thank you, Debbie B. Not one of the Spice Girls, are you? Because if you was, do you want to marry me? I could do with some money. But I do think of some funny things, and I just don't write them down. And like now, I'm starting to write them down, and I listened to other people's jokes and I thought, shall I use them? And I thought, no, I won't use them because it's not my material, is it? You know, I'm just mutton dressed as lamb, me. Look at me, I still think I'm a teenager. I'm 62, and look at me, dressed LA. Oh, it's here. Oh, that's it, LA, look. Went to Ingle Mills last year, and bloody hell. That's true, can't be asked. Honestly, Paul John, who lives with Lindsay, is harassed by mobility scooters 24/7. I've still got the hole in my leg. Most people have, is it 1, 2? Is it 2 holes? Well, I've got 3. Work it out if you like. And I see John Sixcence has gone back to Facebook, hasn't he? Didn't quite work out on YouTube as much as, because he did try, bless him. He did try. But it didn't work out. I don't think JoJo got as many fans on like YouTube than she has on Facebook. John wasn't getting the views on YouTube like he does on Facebook. So it's gone on Facebook. And then you'll hear him crying a few more months that he's been kicked off Facebook and he's had to go back on YouTube. On Facebook, he gets around about 2,000 views. Whether the real views or pay-per-view, I don't know, and I don't really care. But on YouTube, he were lucky to reach 1,000 some days. What's that? At least Lee Anderson stands up for his sign. Who's Lee Anderson? What's that? He doesn't get the views on Facebook anymore. Well, no, because like people know what he's like now. And what gets me with him, and this is truth, this is what gets me with John Sixcence. Half of his views come from negative people like me, like you. And I would encourage every one of you to watch him live. I really would. I'd like you all to watch him live. Don't watch his playback, watch him live. If you want to watch John Sixcence, watch live. Because when you're watching him live, you're not giving him the ad revenue, are you? The ad revenue only works on playback, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. Isn't it? So if you watch him live, you're not helping him with the ads, are you? You're watching him live and there's no ads live, is there? So I'd encourage everyone to watch him live and don't watch his playbacks, because when you do, that's when you're giving him money. Hi, Simon. I hope you're well. Yes. In fact, I do feel a lot better in myself than I have done in the past. You know, because I've lost my job. Ex-minor MP for Ashfield. Brilliant straight talker. Oh, I'll have to Google him then, won't I? Lee Anderson. I'll have to because I like straight talk, isn't me? No nonsense. But like with me, I'm a straight talker. I say how it is. You know, I'll tell you the truth that I've got a love and hate with YouTube, like I said. You know, I just love it because you have a voice. You can say what you want. No, you can't say what you want, can you? Because if I said what I want, I'll be in handcuffs and put in prison, won't I? You know, you can't be political, can you? Come on, truthfully, you can't. You know, Liverpool at the moment up in arms over that guy that said something to a 15-year-old kid. And then, if that ain't bad enough, you've got what, I don't know if it was rape or alleged rape, but some other teenagers or whatever down in Dover got accosted by people in hotels and asylum seekers. That the news won't print. You know, for the people that do watch, do actually watch the news. I do watch Sky News. I watch GB News. I just think it's a waste of time because, like, everything is censored at the moment. You know, I'm filling this cigarette up, but I've got to. There it is. Oh God, it's coming out the hole, just like me. You know, that girl in Liverpool, she says, "Oh, you could get arrested for that," and he wasn't bothered because, and no disrespect to him, he's got different cultures than ours, and in these countries, you know, where women are shit, we all know what countries they are. Well, the fucking hell, and I know it's as nasty as out with them earthquakes in Syria, but why should we help them? Why? Come on, truthfully, why should we help Syria, who has sponsored state terrorism over England, America, France, or whatever? They want to fucking blow us up, but as soon as they have a fucking earthquake and thousands are fucking dead, they want our help. Why the fuck should we help them? Come on, this is truth. What? And I do feel sorry for some of the people that have died because they all don't think, you know, they all don't think like them, but the majority do. They want to fucking kill us. Praise to Allah, you know. But they want to fucking kill us. But at the same time, you have a fucking natural disaster. And in that natural disaster, they want our fucking help. Half the time they want to kill us, half the time they want to fucking help. Make up your fucking mind, Syria. What do you fucking want? Eh? But it's the truth. But you don't hear that on the news, do you? You don't hear that. It's a natural disaster, they need all our help. Yeah, help to fucking kill us. But it doesn't mean to say Simon unblocked Lindsay. Well, Lindsay's not blocked. No one's blocked on here. Right, YouTube channel. No, it's not channel, is it? It's studios. Uh, competitors, trends alert, most views, channel audit, settings. Right, channel permissions, community, arrangements, permissions, default, channel, general, community, default, so it's not in settings. Hang on a minute. No, it's not in settings, permissions. It's not in permissions, community. Hidden users. She is. She's in there. She's, how the fuck did she get in there? Lindsay Tarot, some. How did you get in there? Right, save. I don't know how she got in there. She must have done something wrong. Evening, David. Unblock Lindsay. I can't believe I blocked her. Why would I block her? I can't believe I blocked you. It must have been somebody. Because, hang on, I'll tell you how many people I have got blocked in there. Back to the account, back to who is it? Back to the channel. It's not channel, is it? It's not channel. Studio. Where did I go to? Settings. Went to permissions. Community, that's what I went to. Wanted community. Yeah. Right. Hidden users. That sex thing, that always keeps coming up. So I barred them. I blocked John Sixth Sense. For the simple reason is, why should he have a voice on my channel when I haven't got a voice on his channel? Now, is that fair? I think it's fair. He's blocked me, so why should I give him a voice on my channel? And I used to, and I just thought one day, why should I? Why should I give him a voice on my channel? But when I want to speak on his, they block me. They won't let me have a voice on his channel. So I blocked him. So you bald-headed, I can't even call you four eyes because you don't even wear glasses. You probably wear contact lenses. And you do a bit of spit and polish on your head. Because you don't mind me saying these things, do you? With the awful things you say about women and people. You know, that you got a Pinocchio nose because that many lies. You don't mind me talking about you like that because it's all true. Because you're the better man, Simon. There's enough people on here who would love to argue with that Clark. Of course they would. But I banned him because I just thought one day, because I don't really like banning people. You know, if they want to call me an arsehole, let them call me an arsehole. It doesn't bother me. And I don't know how many of you watch Amazon or whatever, but I was watching a documentary on KSI. And he was one of the first people that I ever watched on YouTube and PewDiePie. And I thought, how the fuck they make that much money on YouTube? I do not know. I do not know how they do it. But I do. They do it like me, just doing this, talking about shit or anything, or doing funny stuff. That kid's like, you know, if I went down to Clyde's flat with a jug of water and poured it over him, people think that's funny. No, I wouldn't think it was funny because I wouldn't like it done to me, so I don't think it's funny. But on YouTube, people think that's funny. So he's made his money doing that with his brother Deji. You know, PewDiePie, he's done it, saying some controversial. He called somebody the N-word once, playing a game. Are you fucking like? This game shot to pieces, and he just lost it for one moment. I mean, oh, you're fucking the N-word, and everybody was up in arms. As if they've never said it before in their entire life, or they've never thought it. You know, because this is what gets me about people. They're so righteous, aren't they? You know, but they forget all the little infidelities they ever did. It's like I say, we all tell lies, we all tell some untruths. If we could get away with paying 10 quid for an item that we can get for 5 quid because it's a bit knocked off and it's a bit iffy, we don't get on his high horse and say, have you nicked that? Well, some of us do. Some of us do. But I'll still have it on the black market, eh? The black market. Are we back in the war? Might be my black and white shirt. Look at it, looking very trendy tonight, Simon, aren't you? Looking, you know, you're not bad for that age. Right, where are we? He doesn't like banning people, except Lindsay. The best one, when they blocked me from his YouTube, well, I don't think he did. I think she did. When I made a comment, because I've heard him say many a times, I don't mind constructive criticism. So I thought, well, I'll give you a bit of constructive criticism. I mean, there's a ghost every night with you two. And about 3 days before that, he was apologising because there was no activity. You know, so I thought, I'll put there's a ghost every night with you. She come back and called me a pisshead. She doesn't even know me. You know, it's like many people say to me about them horse stables and what them horses she's got. They're not hers, they're somebody else's, and she's just working there. I really don't say a word because I don't know. I can't prove it. I don't know. They could be hers, it could be somebody else's. And then, because somebody said it to me, then I start looking. And I start looking closely. But have you ever known John Sixpence to be a plumber or an electrician? Because if you look at her stables and you look at the rafters above, they've got fluorescent lights above, like the rafters, and they've got like pipes, like water pipes. You know, have you ever known John to be a plumber or electrician? No. We all know he's a fucking dipstick, but he's not an electrician and he's not a fucking plumber. So that leads me to think, hang on a minute, is it true? Now, I don't know if it is or not. You know, they could have been left there. I don't know. But, like, It's like detective work with them two, isn't it? Is it something I said? No one is talking now. To be truthfully, Lindsay, to be truthful, truth is if they could tell the truth. All right, close that. We're going. We'll have to go back, don't we? Let's go to the channel. Because yeah, let's go to that YouTube Love and War. Because YouTube is Love and War. When I first come on, there was about 8 people watching me and nobody saying a word. And then there was only one person that said something, which was Lisa. But, oh, he didn't message. Can't be arsed. I'll have to show that. The problem, it's like I say, the problem is people can't talk on these types of channels. They can't say on paranormal blights or whatever, because they're monitored by the subs and by John Six Sense and by Jojo. And they come out with them two. We do not watch, we do not know what's going on. And they know exactly what's going on because they watch them. They watch me. They watch everyone. Now, not long ago, John Six Sense said in one of his videos, you know, we're going back to old school. We're going back to this. We're going back to that. There's no more apps. There's no more. Can anybody tell me? Has he gone back to old school? Does he still use apps on this? He was using his fucking Stickmen the other day. He was using. He's never gone back to old school. Everything is so terrifying. Oh, it's so terrifying. And, you know, he wants to come into my flat. My flat's terrifying. Every time I walk through the door, I have to fucking think to myself, I've got to clean up today. That's fucking terrifying. I've got to clean up my kitchen. That's fucking terrifying. Oh, my fucking bathroom's a mess. That's terrifying. He don't even know what terrifying means. I don't think he knows what fucking ghost means. You know, but he was supposed to have gone back to old school and back to this and back to that, and he never has. And he's not said it once. He's not said it twice. He's said it quite a few times. That's right, David. He's never stopped using apps. It's all bullshit. It's like fucking Lee. Prancing around like a, because Clive like Lee. Clive does like Lee because Lee's always flying around like a little pansy, isn't he? I'm scared, eh? Terrifying is blocked Lindsay by mistake. You know, you look at, but he knows what works, Lee, and he knows what brings in the views. And like I said in my other videos, who's the dipstick, me or him? Well, it's got to be me because I don't bring in the views, but he does with his little stupid antics that I think is like a 5-year-old kid. But it works in YouTube. Proving Demons won't be as big as he was today without Omar Gosh giving him a shout out, one American to another. So that's the fucking racist thing, isn't it? I'm not shouting at Mark Smith, who's English, but I'll give it to another American living in England. So that's a fucking racist thing, isn't it? But if you say to fucking Breathing Demons, that's fucking racist, you racist bastard. You know, it's not racist, but it is. You know, fucking racism comes in all shapes and fucking forms, doesn't it? So let me try to read up the. So where's everyone not to then? You know, I'm watching the time because I don't want to go on for 2 hours or whatever. I don't mind an hour. And I'm on 41 minutes. What else can I talk about? See, that's another problem with YouTube, what to talk about and everything. I probably am, but I have to work it out with the nurse because I go to the nurse, well, the doctors, every other day. She wants to fill an hole, and you can take that 2 ways or 1 way. She wants to fill it, but unfortunately, it's in my leg. I'm still here, just listening. Hey, bud. Hello, ghost lady. Oh, Simon, how are you? Yeah, I have to go to the doctors every other day to have my leg filled. Although I've been going like for nearly 2 weeks now, and the nurse says to me today, oh, because she always calls me James. She says, hello, James. Hello, James. She says, what do you prefer, James or Jim? I meant Simon. I fucking face went dropped. I mean, yes, my middle name is Simon, and everybody calls me Simon. What's wrong with it? I've got an hole in it. I had 5 abscesses. Where you been, Lynn? Where you? I've been in hospital for a week. I was in hospital for a week on an IV drip. I was dying. I was as bad as John Sixpence. I was nearly on death's door. I was gagging for a fag. You know, because you can't smoke in hospital, can you? So I was gagging, not for my breath, but for a fag. Unfortunately, I had my vape, so I was underneath my sheets like that, vaping away. I was all right, way. I paid last year over £1,000 to go on holiday. I should have had abscesses then. I paid nothing and had 5-star treatment. I had no eating bills to pay and I was sweating. So I was in a t-shirt. Next time, I'm going to invent something when I want to go on holiday and just go to hospital. Because you're in a 5-star hotel, aren't you? Truthfully, you're in you get waited on and everything. You get free drugs, don't you? Because I'm on an IV drip and that. Hey, you can't beat it, can you? You know, you're a VIP. And you've got all the entertainment. I had a woman every night screaming, get me out of here. Get me out. Let me go. Let me go. I thought, for fuck's sake, let her fuck off and let me get to sleep. But I've got an hole in my leg now. Let's over exaggerate. I was shot by the SAS because I was doing a mission for the IRA. And the SAS shot me in my fucking leg and put an hole in my leg. See, I can make up bullshit like John's Sixth Sense. So now I've got an hole in my leg. Oh, you'll enjoy it, Ghost Lady. None, you'll enjoy it. 5-star treatment. They feed you with everything. It's just the boredom. Take a mobile phone with you and put Netflix on it. Oh, my camera's gone all funny. Hospitals are worst places for rest. They're not, Lindsay. I enjoyed it. I smoked me vape. This bloke says to me in the next, like the bed, he says, you go to toilet a lot, don't you? I went, yeah, I do, mate. I said, last year, I had, what was it? What did I have last year? I don't call it cancer. Tumour. I had a tumour. I said, last year I had a tumour in my bowels. I said, and they had to take it out and everything. And ever since then, I've got a weed problem. You know, every time I need to go to the toilet, I can't wait. I didn't tell him I had a fag problem. I just told him I had a weed problem. See, because we all lie, don't we? We all lie. I was lying because I didn't want him to know I was vaping in the toilet. So I just said I had a weed problem. Fortunately, I told a bit of truth in there because I had been to the hospital and I did have a tumour. And when I first come out of the hospital, I was weeing a lot. I smoked a joint in hospital. I bet you went down well, didn't you? I bet you went down well, Wayne. Bet they smoked that coming, didn't they? But with my vape, Lindsay will tell you, and John will tell you, and a few of my friends, you can't smell it. That's it. Look, the vape's gone. It don't lingers or anything. It just disappears. I've had that. I have had that, David, sleep dip, where I can't sleep. And I was, when you could smoke in hospitals and that, I was always in the smoke room. And they kept saying to me, go to bed. And I went, no, it's a waste of time. I can't sleep. But this time, when I went, it was like being in a 5-star hotel, like I says. What would you like to eat? We have this, we have that, we've got this. You know, so I enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't enjoy was when the doctor come up to me and says to me, he looked at my leg and everything, and he says, I just can't understand why you've been here on an IV drip for 5 days. And I went, what do you mean, doctor? And he says, well, you should have only been here for a couple of days and then sent home. He says, I've just got to look through your notes and then have a word with a few of the nurses and the other doctors. He says, I think you're going home. And then he didn't come back. So like, I didn't know if I was going home or not. And then the nurse, she was talking to the other bloke opposite me in the bed. And he says, oh, you're going home with him. I mean, what do you mean? I'm going home? She went, yeah. You didn't even have the gall to tell me I was going home. And this bloke had been, well, I was admitted Monday. He was admitted Saturday. I think we both was on the same IV drip. I had got the abscesses, and that's what he got. He's got something wrong with his finger. It's what he's done. he's burnt himself doing something in the microwave, and he goes in the microwave and he burns his finger. And it's, as you know, when you burn your fingers or whatever, you get that little blister type, don't you? So he's thought note of it. And then he does some washing up. And you know when you do that with a plug hole, he's done that with a plug hole to get all the bits down. And then a few days later, his finger gets swollen. So he goes to his doctor, and the doctor's admitted him to hospital, and they put stitches that cut his finger down here and down that side to get all the fluid out, and stitched him up and then put him on an IV, you know, all because he burnt his finger in a microwave and put his finger down the plug hole. So I says to him, I went, well, I won't be doing that anymore, putting my finger down the plug. So now I've got a wooden spoon near my sink. So when I empty the water out the bowl, I get the wooden spoon and I go like that around the plug up. I'm terrified now to put my finger down it. Oh. But that's what happened to him. He had stitches both down the side of his finger because he burnt it and in the microwave. And he says to me, the only thing I can think of how it happened is because I put my finger down the plug hole trying to get the bits down it. And he said I must have caught an infection. Oh, let me go back on YouTube. Let's have a look how far I've gone. 22, watch it all. 52. So what have I got? Wayne Phillips. I have to show that. See, that's another. See, you have to show them all, don't you? That's the problem when you're watching on StreamYards. It don't tell you block comments. So on YouTube, they block certain comments. So I have to watch myself on YouTube and watch the comments. But every now and again, I just leave it on StreamYards. Oh, I tried vaping through my arse and got kicked out. So I vaped in hospital and I vaped in the toilets. I put the sheet over my head. One afternoon I was doing it, and the bloke in the opposite bed says to me, "What you do with your head under the sheets?" I said, "Use your imagination." And he started laughing. But you have to be careful now when you get old, because you're just prone to infections and you don't realise it. This guy, like I said, in the next bed, he was 77. And he was fit as out. He was much fitter than me. And then he says to me, "Well, you look a fit bloke, don't you? I can tell you've had a good job." I went, "What do you mean, mate?" He says, "Well, I can tell by the size of you." I didn't know what he was looking at. What's that? Can I smell poo constantly? And I'm worried I have a nose infection. Time is it anyway? Oh, it's 20:31. Because I do worry now in my streams because they just, especially when I drink, they just go and go and go, don't they? You know, I watch other YouTubers, they do about 10 minutes, don't they? And I think that's another thing with me. If I do want to grow as a YouTuber, what you drinking, buddy? Bourbon. Well, I wouldn't say a poor man's whiskey. I would say whiskey without the kick. You know, when you drink whiskey and you know, bourbon don't give you that kick. It's a bit smooth. Oh, I was watching a film the other day, you know, and it was fucking boring. The film was boring. And he says, I'll have a Woodford. So they poured in this Woodford out, and I thought, well, it looked like a whiskey. So this bloke says, I've never heard of Woodford in the film. So he brought him this Woodford. So I Googled it, and it's a bourbon. And they want, I thought, I'll buy a bottle of that until I saw the price, 44 quid. Who's going to buy 44 quid for a bottle of bourbon? Not me. I like my bourbon, yeah, but I'm not paying 44 quid for it. I might let you, when I get monetized, I might let you pay for it, but I'm not going to pay for it. So if you, when I get monetized and I said I want a bottle of Woodford, you know what I mean. I'll pay it. Well, I'll send you my PayPal details, shall I? You can pay for the 44 quid. Bloody hell. You know, I drink that. It's £12, something like 98p. Right? Couple of quid for the Coke. So about 15 quid. I can get pissed. On top of what I spend on the, well, today, I've been to the pub today. I was in the pub about 3:00. Clive rang me up. I'm in town. Do you fancy a drink? No, I don't. I'm asleep on the settee. I'm half fucking dead. I'm half dead on the settee. Do you fancy a drink? No, I don't. I'm half dead on the settee, freezing me fucking bollocks off because we're still in winter and I can't afford the gas bill. So I'm doing everything to keep warm, from wanking to whatever, you know, anything to keep my spirits up. So I said to him, all right, I'll come down the pub. So I goes down the pub with him. He said he's going to pay, but we're both ending paying. And then I thought to myself, hang on a minute. This is a blessing in disguise. Because I was planning on going live tonight. Because I thought I'm going to try to get my channel going back at how I used to have it. Back to nearly 1,000 viewers a night. Before I deleted it. Because I used to get about 1,500, 1,300, even 1,200 people watching me every time I used to come on. And I thought, well, yeah, I'd like to get back to that. And I thought, well, doing YouTube twice a week, I thought I'll do it Saturday and Wednesday. So it was a good, like, when he phoned me up, and I didn't want to go out. I thought, yeah, it's a blessing in disguise because, like, I never go out. I never do YouTube really without being drunk, unless I'm doing like a pre-record, and I do like a pre-record one on John 6 cents or wherever. But I just thought it was a blessing in disguise. I've got 2 bottles of Jack with honey. You see, I don't like that Jack with honey. It's too sweet. You know, plus I don't like honey. But Lindsay knows when I have a drink, I drink out. JS has gone quiet, hasn't he? I don't think it's gone quiet. I think Facebook, because he went on to YouTube, didn't he? Or last week, was it? And the week before that, he went to YouTube because he got scared of Facebook because, like, they're demonetizing people for certain stuff. And then he thought, like, whatever, I'm going to get demonetized here, so I'm going over to Facebook. So he go, YouTube. So he goes over to YouTube, then realizes he's not making all that money, and like most people, you know, they don't do YouTube, so they don't follow him. So now he's gone back over to Facebook. You know, and that's what he does. And he tried to get everybody to like, do JoJo's World on YouTube, and they haven't done it. She can't monetize it. She went to, I can't do live on YouTube. Of course you can. I'm doing live on YouTube. It comes through the StreamYards. Anybody can do live on Facebook or YouTube. You know, you might have to do it for another streaming service. But she never got what she wanted, which shows you that they're just a bunch of fucking liars. They're just in it for the money and whatever. I don't follow him. I might watch his lives, but I won't watch his pre-records. And I always encourage everybody to watch his lives, because when you watch him live, you haven't got just like me. I've had no adverts here, have I? So I'm not getting paid. And if I was monetized, it will be after I finish this video that it will get monetized. So when you watch me then, that's when I make the money. Like you lot now, I don't make anything. John made a couple of quid with that button that I used to have, where you could send them money. What's that then? I can't watch him if I wanted to. A lot of people watch him because they want to slate him. And that's why they watch him. I watch him because I make videos on him. And I think some of the things he says is appalling to women, even to his own wife. You know, why would you send or say things about your wife like he does? You know, I just don't know. But he's a nasty, I think he's vindictive. He's not a very nice person. Maybe it was his upbringing, I don't know. He couldn't tell the truth if somebody smacked him in the mouth. Honestly, I just don't know. But I would say if anybody wants to watch him live rather than watch him on his repeat, because on his repeat, you've got to, he gets the adverts. So on that note, I'm going to finish off my drink and then I'm going to bed. So I wish you well. Probably see you all Saturday. Well, I'm pissed again. But I do thank you all for watching me and supporting me in your own little way. And have a very good night.